This is a super simple assembly division calculator. The specific version of assembly is going to be it's MASM. It is the assembly for the x86 processor. Okay, so I just found this a bit confusing. I'm going to walk through my solution for division in assembly. First off, I'm declaring my variables, right? So under .data is where you're going to create your variables. I want to point out I am using include and then the Irvine 32 library here. So code title, and then this is just the title of my program. Let me demonstrate how it runs real quick. Ta-da! So you know it works. So now I get to pick my first number. I don't know, 87, and then let's make it 18, right? And so we get it 4, and then we also get this remainder of 15. One more round. Let's do 18 and go ahead and say 5, right? And so 3, remainder 3, okay? So how that's getting output? Well, first off, we're prompting the user for the directions here are enter two numbers. Then we prompt first number, prompt again, second number as you saw. Remainder is used at the end when we output the information. Divide and equals, these are all strings and they're used at the end when we're outputting our information. I want to point out that these are all just bytes, right? So that just represents 8 bits of data. Now, number 1 and number 2 is the data the user enters. Total is the calculation, and the result of said calculation is going to be placed inside of total. And then the remainder is, well, the remainder of the division, and that is going to be under that variable. I'll point out that these are declared using dword. Dword is actually 32 bits. It's a double word, word being 16 bits, but these are being declared using dword. All right, now let's get on to the executable part of our program. So under .code we have output the title and author. Well, mine just has the title, so boop, output the title. All right, and then what that is doing, so we move, keep in mind, the first one here is always going to be the target. So we are moving something to the EDX register. What are we moving? Oh, we're going to move code title. Now, what was code title? That is this. So we're moving this string, math magic, to the EDX register. Offset is getting this specific location for this code title string that we have. Don't worry about it too much. I use it. You'll use it for the strings when you're outputting them to the console. Right string. And then I'm going to call CR. Well, you'll usually use it. We'll keep it simple. Then I'm going to call CRLF, which is a next line or a new line, right? So it's carriage return line feed is what it stands for. But just think of it as new line. And now let's see what I got. Comment prompt for the first number. Yep. So now I'm going to move, and again, this first thing, when you see a move command, the first thing is the target. So I'm going to move prompt 1. What was prompt 1? That is first number into the EDX register. Once it's in the EDX register, I'm going to call write string, because write string is going to grab what's in my register here and put it out to the console. You'll notice immediately following that, I am going to be calling read int. Read int is here because once I put prompt 1 to the EDX register and then call write string to put it to the console, it's going to say first number. We're now waiting for the user to enter their first number. Once they do, we're going to use read int, and what read int does is grab that number they entered and it's going to put it into the EAX register. And you'll notice that a lot of mathematical stuff and numbers involve that register. So do loops. So the read int will automatically put it into the EAX register. So what we're going to do then on the next line is we're going to use our variable num1, right? So this is the target, this is the source, so we want that information in the EAX register to be placed in num1. This is going to be the same process as we just did, except prompting for number 2. And now we're going to perform our calculation here. So first off, move, again, this is the target, this is the source. We want to have it in the EAX register for this calculation. So I'm going to go ahead and move my number 1 to that register. I'm then going to move to the EBX register number 2. Zoop. And the fastest way to clear out the registers is using XOR, and that's why we're doing it here. So XOR, and I clear out EDX, clear that all out. I have my numbers though in EAX and number 2's in EBX. And then I use divide EBX. The only reason I am using EBX is because it will automatically divide whatever is in EAX by EBX. You only need to tell the computer the second term to use in division. The first term's automatically going to be EAX, same as the multiplication. Whatever number's in EAX is going to get divided here by EBX. Then the total of that division will end up in the EAX register. So now I'm going to move the EAX value, whatever's in there, to our total number, to our total variable. So I'm going to move that result here. Then I'm going to move, and this is when I was clearing out the register up here, the remainder value to the remainder variable. So I cleared out the EBX register, and the leftovers, you can think of it, from the division were sent to EBX. So I'm taking all of those now, knowing that the register was cleared out immediately before the division, and anything being stored there is a direct result from the division, and is going to be our remainder. So I'm taking that and telling it to move over, taking that data from EBX, putting that data in the remainder register. And then I'm doing a clear line. And then what's going on here now is I'm just outputting the information. Move EAX, so to the EAX register, I'm going to move number 1 that the user entered. I'm then going to call write decimal. Notice I'm using write decimal and not write int, because write int actually will leave an addition sign in front of your number. So write decimal is clearer. And then I'm going to do, as I did earlier, move EDX, offset divide. Okay, so this divide is a string up there. And so again, that's why I'm having offset in front of it. It grabs a specific location. And so I'm saying, hey, move, this is the source, this is the target. We want to move it to the EDX register, and then we're going to write string to put it to council. We write decimal to put it to council. And then I'm going to keep going. I'm going to write decimal to put number 2 to the council. I'm going to write string to put our equal sign string to council. I'm going to write decimal to put our total to the council. I'm going to write string to put the remain text, which is, oh yeah, that just says remainder, right? Yep. To the council. And then finally, I'm going to write the decimal to represent our remainder, and then I have 2 blank lines. So I'm going to do it one more time. Keep in mind, in the description, I will put a link to this program. Feel free to use it, play with it, mess with it, mock it, whatever you want. I'll demonstrate it one more time, but yeah, check out the link in the description.